All right, Dan was saying the training. How we doing?
Hey, John. Well, that's an interesting way to start. I'm fine.
Well, good. Welcome back to PT Asks You.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. All right, let's talk about something where we're not quite sure where each of us lands. What motivates salespeople other than cash?
Well, let's start with they should be money motivated, and I'm going to
Absolutely.
start with that because I have to tell you, there's a tremendous number of salespeople out there that are not motivated by money, and
Yes.
I've often wondered, well, then why are you doing this
Why in the
job?
role? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think part of it is because we get into it by mistake. Nobody really
Yes.
went to school to be a salesperson, as an
Yep.
example. And so here's what happens is you ask a salesperson, hey, what motivates you? And they're like, well, I like to help people and I want people to feel like their problems are being solved. And my initial response is, well, then you should join a nonprofit and help the communities out there. But there's a little bit of truth to their answer, John. And I think it kind of goes down to we feel good when we make connections and we help people or companies solve problems or do things that they want. And I think there is something to that higher power other than money, but I think it's a distant second. I mean, money motivation should be the number one thing for salespeople. And not just getting money, but of course what you do with it, and not just getting things for yourself either. But with great wealth comes great responsibility, as the quote goes.
Yeah, and I don't think it's even second. I think it's a distant six or seven, frankly, just because in the grand scheme of things, in our space specifically, we can find a lot of people who can educate, get designations, understand the business, provide advice, all those things. It's really hard to find those elite salespeople that can do the front end of bringing that client in and the back end of giving the advice. That's the special person in the space. It really is.
Yeah,
So
it is. And well, here's the problem. A lot of times in the space you guys connect with, salespeople are paid a lot of money
yeah,
to sit around and juggle papers.
that's
Right. They're
yep.
fat and happy. And so if you can make them lean and mean, so to speak, reduce the base salary and increase the commission, boy, you'll see them get out there and either really bring in a lot of sales for you or they'll leave because they're not making a living.
Yeah. The person that I would argue is the best or top five PT client ever in terms of taking our activity and turning ROI, creating new clients, doing all the right things with us. He sat me down the one day and he said, look, John, I figured out a while ago, I got to stop doing the paper pushing. I got to stop doing the analyzing investments. I got to hire for that spot. And I have to be over here as the face of the company, selling, bringing in new business and handing it to them. I just got to be okay with that.
Yep.
That's the role I need to play. One, I'm good at it, but I'm not arrogant about it. But two, I can find a lot of people who do that back end space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't find people who do that front end space. Just
It, it's it amazes me, and I've fallen into this. So I'm talking to myself and probably you and everyone listening to this. Most people in sales spend less than 10% of their time actually prospecting.
yep.
Less than 10%. And yet that is what we need to be doing. That's why we should make the big bucks because we're bringing in the new meat, the new clients, so to speak. But you have to prospect.
Yeah. Now let me go back to the question for me because I want to add in a couple of things and get your thoughts on. So one is displaying of or putting up information on ranking people. Like we rank our callers. How are they doing? Who has the highest what we consider client experience, quality client experience? And there's a scorecard for that. And we publicize that. Not because we're trying to shame people into anything, but part of sales is pride and part of sales is trying to finish number one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what drives people. The money comes with that, but there's a pride element to standing up and saying, "Hey, I was the number one person producer, whatever this year."
Yep.
I think that drives people.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of seeing their name in lights, getting up on stage, being the few on stage versus the people in the crowd. I think some of those things motivate salespeople too.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It's just a little bit harder with that intrinsic reward of, hey, I
Yes.
feel good about my job.
Yeah.
What we are motivated to do is to get, see, go somewhere. There's
Yes.
goal orientation there, and then with that comes, hey, I'm feeling really good about my job. I'm feeling really important. Having said that, though, if you want to look at the top tiers of motivation, love and spiritualism, that those are by far the top two. But then you start to get into making sure that you're getting your needs met, being able to pay things for your family and your community. And
Yeah.
sales is a high paying job if you do it well. So get out there and
Yeah.
do it.
So let me see if I can leave it with this statement. We went a little long here, but if your salesperson people's number one motivation is not cash, you probably made a bad hire. Would you agree with that?
Totally.
There we go. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Take care.